Next question.
Thank you for being here and sharing your wisdom with us. I guess what my question for you is, how do you decipher what thoughts make sense to follow, the thoughts that are from clarity and beingness, and how do you choose when to think and when not to follow the mind?
Yes, thanks. For certain things, of course, thoughts are needed to deal with certain practical matters. So there's no problem there. What do you apply your thoughts? What do I need here? Then there are thoughts that arise in daily life. They just come into your head, and you can notice how this particular thought makes you feel. So you can detect the feeling quality behind the thought. And if the feeling quality is not good, it's a bit like eating something that doesn't make you feel good. Once it reaches the stomach, it feels, oh. So there are many thoughts of that kind that give you that feeling that is not pleasant. For example, thoughts that generate anxiety, thoughts about what's going to happen, or imagining problems that might arise tomorrow, and believing virtually that this is a reality already. And this is called worry, is a particular mind pattern that many people are familiar with. Worry means to think of things that could go wrong and how they could go wrong and how they probably will go wrong because they always tend to go wrong. So that's a very familiar thing. And then you detect, how does that make you feel? Worry doesn't feel good. If you feel in the body, there's fear associated with worry. So there's anxiety that arises. You feel a constriction in the body. So the feeling will often tell you what kind of thought it is, whether it's true or not. And then you can recognize certain thoughts as not productive and as thoughts that you would choose not to have if you had a choice. But the wonderful thing is that you do have a choice. And it is actually possible to drop certain thoughts when you recognize them as having no function whatsoever except to make you unhappy. And there's a wide range of thoughts that has no function whatsoever except to make you unhappy. But sometimes the egoic self actually even loves its unhappiness because it's so familiar. So every therapist is familiar with clients who do not want to let go of their neurosis because they feel at home with it. So, but if you recognize these thoughts as not helpful, then it's easier to, okay, don't follow them where they want to take you. And by choice, you remember what we said about attention? You actually realize you can choose where you want your attention to go. The thoughts pretend to be all-powerful and try to get all your attention, saying, no, my choice is not to continue this train of thought, but to take my attention into my breathing. Oh, much nicer. A minute ago, I was terribly worried, and now I actually feel alive. And it's quite pleasant to be here in this moment. It's not a hell. I thought I was in hell. And I was only in bed.